Welcome back. Of course, anything like this can only happen with the support of some great companies, and one of those companies is Beepo Outsourcing. They've been a great supporter of ours for quite a long time, and we're proud that they're able to be here with us today. Joining me, the CEO from Beepo Outsourcing, Aimee Engelmann. G'day, Aimee, how you doing?
I'm great, Kevin.
How exciting is New York?
Oh, it's been amazing. Day one down, it's been incredible.
It's been amazing. I want to catch up with you too a little bit later to talk about your takeouts. But before we do, I just want to talk about Beepo Outsourcing. Firstly, why are you here? Because I know you're very entrenched into the Australian market. Does this signal something bigger for Beepo?
Yes, absolutely, Kevin. For us, coming to the States is about learning about the customers and the market. So one of the things that we're investigating is, are the business problems the same or different to what the market is experiencing in Australia? And if they are quite similar, then that's fantastic. If they're quite different, then maybe we need to vary our product and vary our positioning. But yeah, it's been all about talking to people, getting information, research, and that's been the main purpose.
Well, are the problems the same, or are the experiences the same?
Look, they are in general. The markets are quite similar with administration burden. Obviously there's some tight margins, particularly in the property management side. There's a lot of similarities in the way that agents operate and think, but there are still differences. There are differences in some of the legalities and compliance, but overall, so far, looking pretty good.
Outsourcing is such a huge growth industry too. I mean, there's lots of opportunities for people to do outsourcing, but where do you see the greatest benefits for brokers? What is it you're telling them? What are they looking for?
Yeah, so really at the core, for me, I see outsourcing coming down to opportunity cost. For an individual agent or a brokerage, what could that agent be doing that's higher value? And are they focusing on the higher value tasks? In their day, are they burdened with tasks or processes that someone else could be doing for them? And that's kind of at the core of the outsourcing value proposition. And of course, the benefits that roll out for that are many things, more time, better delivery of service, because better responsiveness to the buyers and the sellers. But then there's also the bottom line impact, because if you can get someone at a lower wage cost to do those processes and tasks for you, then there's great bottom line benefits.
Of course, I'm just going to refer to my notes here, but the outsourcing industry or the market is predicted to grow to 2026 to as much as $334 billion. Not millions, billions. That's massive. Can I just ask you about the challenges that you face? Obviously, you're gearing your business to that growth.
Yes.
But when you look at different time frames, like between Australia and America, you've got almost different time frames altogether. How will your business handle that?
Yeah, so that's a really good question, and actually that's one of the reasons why we're interested in expanding into another market. One of the things that we have done is put a lot of structure around how we service the real estate industry as a niche provider. So rather than being an outsourcing provider that does everything for everyone, we just focus on the real estate industry. So in taking what we do, or our model, and taking that to a time zone, a new time zone, is not significantly different. In fact, for us, it's great, because at the moment we're really only operating, 8 or 9 hours a day for the Australian market. So we have the rest of the day that's underutilised capacity. So it's good business sense for us, and it means that we can duplicate those resources and then really assist the US market to be more efficient and more profitable.
Of course, real estate is not just a 9-to-5 job. Any real estate agent will tell you that, with negotiations late into the night. So I guess that's something that your industry needs to accommodate for. If someone's having a late appointment or running, to have staff who are flexible to work late and even work over the weekends. Is that an option?
Yeah, absolutely. So a lot of our clients are starting to extend their hours of operation. The Beepo outsourcing business does operate 24/7 right now. We already have clients in the US, we've got clients in the UK, Germany and Australia, so our facility is already open 24/7. But I think you're right that customers demand more, and they really do have, in terms of their behaviour, they want that responsiveness to be super quick. We all have very high expectations. If your Uber doesn't arrive in 2 minutes, you kind of, start to break out a sweat. So I think consumer behaviour is demanding that 24-hour service.
And even you're talking there about, keeping the clock fairly well attuned. That's a key thing for agents, is that they're on the move all the time, and to have someone backing them up, looking after those appointments and making sure they're staying on track is so key. And that's what I find with outsourcing, a lot of agents are benefiting from.
I agree, and sometimes I think there's a hesitation or a resistance from an agent to say, well, I need to do that. But really they need to let go of the things that are not crucial, because at the end of the day, if you can call a prospective buyer and say, look, I'm calling on behalf of John, he's just tied up for another half an hour, but he will call you back. That's better than not hearing from the agent at all. So, there's lots of those little things that someone can help to assist to smooth out the day. And while the agent is busy doing the high value work, there's someone taking care of the processes in the background, making any tweaks to their diary, checking up on things, checking up on processes. All of that can be done for the agent. So it really does give them more time to concentrate with the person that they're with and really just be in the moment and not worry about some of the other things that's probably getting in the way or clouding their energy. Really.
Yeah. Aimee, just tell me about AI and AR. How is that likely to be integrated into your business? Where do you see it going?
Yeah, so very, very interesting topic at the moment, and over the past year at Beepo we've actually been working with an Australian AI specialist in the real estate industry. So there's a really good opportunity, I think, to combine outsourced staff and the latest in AI technology and putting those two resources together to kind of supercharge the support for agents. So we're already seeing it in our business now, and it's our view and our promise for the future that we want to keep up to date with all of the new technology that's helping agents, and ideally we want to have those staff trained and ready to support the agent with whatever new technology comes into play for them.
I want to talk to you about so many more things too around security, because I think that's a key thing and one that I'd love to touch on. We're out of time for now, but I'd love you to come back in one of the shows before we leave New York to talk to us about security, because I think when you're working with someone, you have to give them so much personal information, passwords and so on. So I want to talk to you about how that works and how secure that is. I know the answers to that, but I still want to ask you because I think they're very important. So Aimee, thank you for being with us. Thanks for your support, and talk to you again soon.
My pleasure, Kevin.